Yo, alright, so I'm here with the video, and what we're gonna do is from scratch, we're gonna code a JavaScript, physics ball handler, whatever you want to call it. I already have the code, but I want to go step by step through it with you guys. So in the end, you'll get something like this, so you can change the mass and speeds of the balls, and a simulation will happen. And the main target I want to do is actually the JavaScript portion of it. So you guys can make any, CSS or HTML. As you can see here, you can just copy down my code for both of these, pause the video, copy it, but we're gonna get started with that. So first, we want to display some variables. So if this could give me a second. So first we want to get some variables in here. So we'll do const canvas equals document, I get element ID canvas. I use these things. And the next variable is const ctx equals canvas, get context 2D. Alright, and then we're gonna, because this variable is gonna be manipulated, we're gonna make it a let instead of a const. So ball1 will also have ball2. And then we've got a function start simulation. And this will essentially, it does the name, it'll start the simulation. So I would recommend actually copying my HTML and CSS just so that everything could be easier. But obviously you don't have to. And what we're doing, we're making these variables, so this will be mass1 and this will be mass2. And then we're just finding these these IDs and these IDs from mass1 and mass2 and have that be a value. Next will be const actually we could do const v1, which would just be velocity, and that would just be the velocity. But instead of velocity, we can change this to speed. And then const v2, which will be the second one. Alright, yeah, so those are our variables for the masses and velocities of each ball. And next, we're just gonna make the ball so that it looks nice, I guess. So if we go ball1, it's gonna be equal to this table, and we're gonna set the x to be 100, the y to be also 100, the radius to be 20, which is just, essentially the size. The mass of it will be equal to our variable. The velocity will be equal to our v1 variable, and then the color gonna equal, let's see, ff6b. Yeah, that should be good. That should be a good color. So that's our ball one, and then you can essentially do the same thing for ball 2, but I like sort of doing this just so that the collision is more up to date. So ball 2 is going to equal another table. The x is actually going to equal to 600, whilst the y will be equal to 100. The radius will be equal to 20. The mass will be equal to our mass variable up there. And the velocity will be equal to our v2, as well as the color will be that. So essentially what all of this is doing, we're just setting our basic variables, our canvas variables. We're declaring our ball 2 and ball 1, and we're making this a let so that instead of a const, so that we can actually just change it later on, because as you know, consts can't really be changed. And these ones will also be manipulated via the program. Alright. Okay, so after that we're gonna do request animation frame update, and we're just gonna update that eventually at one point. And now we're actually gonna make the update function. Alright, so we're gonna use our CTX. CTX clear rect. Is that right? No. Actually, maybe it is. I'll try to write it so that you guys can, you know, have a clear understanding. Ball1.x plus equals ball1 dot ball2 dot x is going to be plus equal ball2 dot velocity, and that's just setting the velocity for each ball. And now let's actually get into the math. So if math.abs, open another parentheses, ball1 dot x minus ball2 dot x, and if that is less than ball1's radius, hold up, one sec. Mama, I'm in the middle of something, I can't do it right now. No, wait, give me like 10 minutes, okay? Alright, sorry about that. But, so, where were we? Ball1 dot radius plus ball2 dot radius. So, let me finish this function. So what I'm saying is that if the ball1's x sub minus the ball2's x is less than the ball1's radius and the ball2 radius, we're gonna just go through a bunch of variables and set each one to an individual thing, which will create our physics simulation. So if we do const v1 final equals, let's double parentheses this just to be safe, ball1 dot mass ball2 dot mass, and then go out of the parentheses times the ball1 dot velocity plus 2 times the ball2 dot mass ball2 dot velocity, and then we can go out of our parentheses and we have to divide all of that by ball1 dot mass plus ball2 dot mass. Oh, hold up. And yeah. Now the next line will be literally the same exact thing, but instead of ball1 minus ball2, it's going to be ball2 minus ball1, and it'll be named v2, and vice versa for those two. So you see how we did ball2 here, we're actually going to do ball1, and you see how I did ball1 and ball2, we're going to do ball1 and ball2 as well. Yep, those are the same. And yeah, that's perfect. So then we're going to get the ball1's velocity is going to be equal to that final, and ball2 is going to be equal to v2 final. And that's the end of our if statement. So now we're actually going to draw this ball using a function that we'll be calling later in the code. And then we're going to draw ball2. I'll do another if statement. If ball1 dot x plus ball1 dot radius 0, and we're just going through the possibilities of ball1s and ball2s to determine where each one will go based on their velocities. custom canvas dot width, and then ball2 dot x. I mean, you can just copy and paste these two and just do ball2 and ball2 just to save a little bit of time. Now saving time is great. And then this will be essentially our else if. It will be request animation frame update. Okay. And then our next one is our draw ball function. We're gonna catch the ball. CTX. We're gonna start the path. Let's see if this is right. Pi2 math radius. Fill it in and then close the path. Let's see where we went wrong here. Let's see. So this is the original code. Let's see what's different with our code. And I see why. I guess you could go with this code, yeah. But essentially just copy this if statement. Just like that. And yeah. We should be good after that. So if you go back to your HTML and you start the simulation, it should work. Should be able to change the speed. You change the mass. Go that flying. And yeah. People change your mass and everything. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.